Did you ask the producers about getting me a parking space in the executive parking lot for my company car?
I did, Monty, and they said no problem.
Good.
However, they didn't know you had a company car.
I see.
So they're taking it away.
But that means I'll have to walk.
But they said you could stand in the empty parking space. And now, my fellow Americans, it's time for America's favorite mathematical game show. But who's counting? And here's America's gamiest game show host, Monte Carlo.
But who's counting? I'm glad you could come. Before we meet the wonderful contestants, let's see what wonderful prizes they're playing for. Johnny?
Our contestants are playing for this 107-piece set of matching Lucci luggage. If it's good enough to stack it in a Lucci. Plus this brand new fully equipped Star Zone automobile. It has automatic stick shift and a fully operational glove box for keeping those unsightly boxing gloves. Buy Star Zone, drive Star Zone, and eventually you'll arrive. Plus, a trip around the world and back on WOW Airlines. When you land safely, you'll say, wow. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Johnny. Now let's meet the lucky people who are playing for those wonderful prizes. You are.
We are? Well, so are you. Break a booth. I'm Davy.
And I'm Daniel.
Boom!
Well, it's nice to have you on the show. Now let's meet your opponents. Who are the Goodmans?
I'm Benny.
And I'm Bergdorf Goodman.
And what do you do for a living?
Shaw.
So it's the Goodmans versus the Boons. Now let's meet our lovely wheel spinner, the lovely Emma Jeanette. You look terrific. You all know how to play the game?
Yes, we do.
Well, here's how you play the game. We're going to spin the wheel and choose 5 digits at random, one at a time. Your job is to make one 3-digit number and one 2-digit number, subtract them, and whichever team has the smallest positive difference wins the game. Remember, once you place the digit on your board,
You can't move it.
that's right. Now, you folks at home, get a pencil and paper ready. Find that pencil and play along with us. Here we go with the first digit. 2. First digit is a 2. Emmer, spin it. Love your trip. 7. Lucky number 7. Third digit coming up, and it is number 3. Third digit is a 3. Fourth digit is over now. 8. The final digit of the first round is
A 5.
5. Okay, now remember, you're going for the smallest positive difference. Amber, I love that dress. What size is it? Really? Okay, now let's see what the Boons came up with.
All right, well, look here now, Monty. We subtracted 78 from 326 for a positive difference of 248.
48. Now let's see how the Goodmans did. Okay.
Well, Monty, this is rather fortuitous because, as you see, we subtracted 83 from 276.
For a positive difference of 193.
Well, since we're going for the smallest positive difference. It looked like you win the first round. Congratulations. Now, tell me about your strategy. How did you figure out where to put which digit?
Well, since we wanted the top number to be as small as possible...
And the bottom number, the largest number on the bottom. Oh, by the way, Monty, I love your hair.
Oh, thank you. My dog said to me.
When we got a 2, we put it right here, taking a chance, hoping that neither 1 nor 0 would come up as they are smaller numbers.
And they didn't.
Well, congratulations. By the way, the judges tell me the best possible answer is 236 minus 87 for a difference of 149. That's the best possible answer.
yeah.
Now, let's go to the second round. I don't want you to get discouraged. You still have one round to go, right? Where are you from?
That's right.
Right. Okay, Amber, you ready? Let's go!
All right. Come on, let's
Three.
pick that.
Second digit coming up. Seven.
Oh, 7. My.
Round and round she goes. And the final digit of the final round is 4. Subtract your numbers. Let's start with the Goodmans since they're winning.
Well, here we go. Let's take a look, Monty.
Okay.
We subtracted 94 from 237.
For a positive difference of 143.
143 sounds pretty good to me. Let's see what the Goons came up with.
All
Well,
right.
Marty, look at that. Tell him, Daniel.
Well, what we did, see, we subtracted 97 from 234 for a positive difference of 137. Now that...
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the best possible answer. That is 97 subtracted from 234 for a difference of 137. So you not only won the contest, you got the best possible number, so that means they got a bonus prize of $5. Congratulations. But tell me, how did you do it?
Well, Marty, you see, we've been practicing at home, and we wanted to get the highest number on the bottom, and then when we got those two little itty-bitty little digits coming up, a 2 and a 3, we had it made. Yee-hoo!
That's right. You see, when we got the 7, we thought of putting it right here. We thought we'd hold out for the next 2 spins to see if we'd get an 8 or a 9, and we did. And, well, the rest is history.
That's all the time we have for today. But congratulations to Boone. Congratulations to the Goodmans. And by the way, you're going to be driving home in style, aren't you? Can't I bum a ride with you? Just kidding. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming. And next week, don't forget to watch But Who's Got It?
Although each team won a game, the Boons were declared to be the winners by our judges because they scored the best possible answer in round 2. So don't write in. Square One TV's roving reporter asks another mathematical question of the person on the street. Today's question, what is a pentomino?
The relative of the Pentagon?
A pentameter. I'm not sure. My little baby sister said something like that this morning.
A figure with a decimal point.
Sounds like a 5-pointed object of some sort.
Well, that would be from Pentagon or something. Something to do in amount of 5. Yeah.
A pentameter is something that you, if you're walking, you isn't that what you use to determine how many miles you've walked? The pentameter.
A pentamino. It's the joining of 5 identical square units, edge to edge, in any manner. Sure.
How? You mean with these 5 squares? You mean by folding up the sides and making a box like this, no top? Thank you. Oh, no problem.
But this is shaped differently.
Make a box.
But if the 5 squares are laid out in a different shape, how can I...
Make a box.
Okay. Hey, what do you know? I can still make a box.
Thank you.
Hey, no problem. Oh, what's this?
These shapes are called pentominoes.
I know. 5 squares attached like this.
5 squares attached.
I just said that.
Make a box. Make a box. Make a box. Make a box.
Oh, I get it. All of these pentominoes fold into open-topped boxes.
Make a box.
Well, give me a minute.
Make a box.
What's going on here?
Make a box.
Okay. Well, this one doesn't seem to want it. Well, it's impossible. I give up. Are you laughing at me?
This shape does not make a box.
That's what I just told you.
Some pentominoes do make a box. Some pentominoes don't.
Oh.
Make a snack.
Well, thank you.
Hey, no problem. Oh, wow, delicious.
Sketch number 763. The sketch, they said, could not be written. So it wasn't. It was ad-libbed.
Oh, Igor, look at me. I'm a genius beyond compare. An architect unsurpassed in calculation. Yes, of course, I have made a few errors in my time. You know, a couple of my buildings did fall down, but there's never been anyone in them.
That's because no one wants to live in buildings modeled after the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You know, architecture, it just wasn't stimulating enough.
For stimulation, he could have chose laying down on a bed of nails. But no, he had to take up and open a restaurant.
Yeah, a restaurant. And so I embarked on a career as a culinary magician, a restaurateur.
Since we opened our doors, business at the local hospital has gone up 1,000%.
I couldn't have made a better choice. Am I not right?
Oh, you're wrong. Frank Lloyd's wrong.
Yeah, but I'm a wrong who's always right.
That's right.
Don't move. You know, according to my calculations, we've done really well. We made a tremendous profit. We purchased $260 worth of food, and then we cooked it, and then we turned around and sold it back to our customers for $1,000.
Let's see. 1,000 minus 260.
Wow! That's even better than I thought. $740. That's some profit. You know, at that rate, We'll be rich in no time.
That's great, Mr. Wrong. Mr. Wrong!
What?
What are we going to do with all these bills?
What bill?
Oh, let's see. We've got the gas bill, the light bill, the water bill, the paper napkin bill, the rent, the insurance. Oh! And these are bills too.
There's more?
Yes, Mr. Wrong, look. Here's the bill for the repair of the stove.
Oh.
And the one for repairing the air conditioner. Oh, yes, and the bill for the repair of the front window.
Oh. Front window?
Yes, remember when the customer wanted to show you how hard the Swedish meatballs were?
Oh, yeah. Well, how was I supposed to know that flour and plaster aren't the same thing? I mean, they're both powdery and white. Oh.
Yes, sir.
Igor, didn't we pay these bills?
No, sir.
You think paying them is going to affect the profit?
Yes, sir.
Oh, a lot?
I added them up on the adding machine. The sum was $739.73.
$739.73? Well, what about the profit?
If you add the cost of all the bills to the cost of your food, the total would be $999.73.
Oh, no! But we only took in $1,000. That means our profit is only...
27 cents.
Oh!
I don't suppose this is going to
The forces of goodness and truth shall triumph over evil.
Does this mean that we're going to continue?
Of course. Who knows? Maybe next month's profit will be 28 cents. Thanks, Igor.
Right angle, back to back, 180 degrees, cut in half. In the country or in town, you can find them all around. Window frame and your front door, the living room wall to the living room floor. The tall building at the end of the block, but the leaning tower of Pisa is not. You better listen to the word on the street. When two lines meet and make a capital T, it's easy to see those perpendicular lines. Without these lines, what would we have? We wouldn't have poles to raise our flag. Without goalposts, football is drag. We'd only have stripes, never planned. Books on a bookshelf, tic-tac-toe. The cross beams of a telephone pole. The chain link fence with its design. Corners, floor tiles, and street signs. On hot-top board, those lines are there. At each corner of the square, border lines of a brick wall that disappear if the wall falls. You better listen to the word on the street. When two lines meet and make a capital T, it's easy to see those perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
It was Monday, 9:43 a.m., and in the greater Los Angeles area, it was quiet. A little too quiet. We were working the day watch out of Massnet. My partner is George Franklin. The boss is Thad Green. My name is Monday. I'm a mathematician. George had just returned from his vacation, a fishing expedition in a remote area in the Great North Woods.
Hi, Kate. My gosh, you're a sight for sore eyes.
So are you, George. Enjoy it.
Shaking your hand? It's all right.
your vacation.
It was wonderful. Everyone should take a camping trip alone in the woods. It makes you stop and think.
Good weather?
Beautiful. Except for one day when we had fog early in the morning, then strong winds.
Martha didn't go with you.
No, she's visiting her sister in Bucyrus, Ohio.
I didn't know Martha had a sister.
Oh, yes. I'm sure she does.
What are you doing?
Cleaning my anemometer. I took it camping.
Uh-huh.
You know what it is? My anemometer, I mean?
Something you use to measure your anemones?
It's close, but no cigar. It measures wind velocity. Now, just for fun, I kept track of all kinds of weather-related things.
What's that?
This is a sling psychrometer. It's used to measure humidity.
You have a good time, don't you, George?
Sure. Look at this, Kate. I even made a chart of the lake.
Any particular reason?
To figure out where the different kinds of fish live.
Did you catch or miss a fish, George?
Not a one.
Too bad.
Not really. Martha's the one in the family who likes fish. I don't really care for them.
Maybe Martha should have gone fishing and you should have visited her sister in Bucyrus.
No, I don't care for her either. So, Kate, anything exciting happen around good old MathNet while I was camping?
It's pretty quiet. Till last Friday, that is. There was a bank robbery at the next to the last National Bank.
Really? I have an account at one of their branches. Sure hope they didn't take my money.
They're insured, George. The man got away with about $250,000.
I wish I had that kind of money. Any leads to go on?
Seems open and shut. They got the whole robbery on videotape.
From the hidden cameras in the banks?
Uh-huh. In fact, the chief is looking at the tape right now.
Well, it should be simple enough. We just look at the dum-dum who stuck up the bank, circulate his picture, and arrest him. As you said, open and shut.
Monday. Yes, Chief. Right away. Come on, George. Chief wants to see us. Says it's important. Good morning, Chief.
Sit down, you two. I've got some unsettling news.
Good morning, Chief. It's good to be back.
I'm not sure you'll feel that way in a couple of minutes, George.
Well, that's true. Things change, I guess.
What is it, Chief? What did you learn from the videotape?
All in good time, Kate. George, where were you last week?
On vacation, Chief. Remember? I said, glad to be back when I came in, and then you said, maybe you won't be.
Where were you on vacation, George?
The Great North Woods. I was on a little bitty island in a great big lake.
Do you have any witnesses?
That it's a little bitty island in a great big lake? Sure. Anyone who's ever been there will tell you that.
I think the Chief wants to know if anyone saw you there.
Well, I don't think so. Oh, there was the boatman who took me over to the island.
When did he take you there?
Week ago Sunday. Brought me back the following Saturday.
You say you were on the island all that time?
That's right. You ought to go up there sometime. It's beautiful. You can fish and swim and...
Does the island have a name, George?
Yes, it's an old Indian name. Nomanasan. Ever hear of it?
Nomanasan Island? No, I don't think so.
What's going on, Chief?
I'll show you. This is a videotape that was recorded during the robbery. It is sound as well as picture. And I want you to pay very close attention.
I'll explain it once again, Mrs. Schlump. The reason we foreclosed is because you were 10 minutes late with your payment.
But I've been waiting in this crummy line for an hour.
I know. Maddening, isn't it? Next. Why, hello there, Mr. Franklin.
Hello, Warren. How's everything today?
Can't complain, and you?
Fine, fine. How are the twins?
So, but I still can't tell them apart.
Isn't that always the way?
What can I do for you, Mr. Franklin?
I think this note best explains it.
Keep your hands on the counter, stay away from the alarm, and give me all your money. I have a bump.
Bomb.
Bomb. That's a very funny joke coming from a math netter, Mr. Franklin.
You've got 10 seconds. I'm deadly serious, and if you don't do what this note says, so will you be.
Gotcha.
Well, that's some joke, Chief. How did you do it?
The question is, how did you do it?
Well, that's easy. I didn't do it. Hey, tell the Chief, I don't rob banks.
Of course you don't, but how do we explain the videotape?
Oh, I can't.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to arrest you, George. You have the right to remain silent?
Wait a minute.
Yes?
How much money was I supposed to have taken?
$250,000.
Then where is it?
That's another thing I wanted to ask. Do you mind if we examine your bank records?
Of course not.
Look, it's the
It's you, the bank robber.
Have no fear, Mr. Ratzeller. George has given us permission to examine his bank records. Can you get it for us?
Yes, of course, by all means, Chief Green. These computers, they certainly make it easier to be a banker.
Uh-huh.
When we had to do all of our posting by hand, it took days to foreclose and repossess things. Now, we type in Mr. Frankly's account number, and the relevant information is displayed right before your eyes. Those are Mr. Frankly's deposits. This column shows his withdrawals.
This entry?
That's the payment he's made on his loan.
Nothing very unusual.
Let me check to see if there's been any additional transactions.
What?
It seems you've made a rather large deposit at our Tujunga branch.
No, I didn't.
Oh, yes, you did. Last Friday at 12:15 p.m., you deposited $250,000 cash in your account.
Do you have any logical explanation, George?
Uh-huh.
What is it?
I must have done it. I don't have any witnesses. It's just my word against television. And you know if a jury of my peers sees the television tape, they'll believe it. People believe everything on television.
100% of Square One TV is a production of the Children's Television Workshop. This program was made possible by grants from the National Science Foundation, the U.S. Department of Education, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation, and the Carnegie Corporation of New York.
Corporate funding.